Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, let us take a look at the where clause in KQL. To start with, I have a table called as storage blob logs where all the logs related to my storage blob gets stored. So as of now, it has around 178 records. Now, if you are coming from the SQL background, you know where clause is usually used to filter the data in a query. So if you see here, the where clause in KQL also does exactly the same. It says filters a table to the subset of rows that satisfy a predicate. So if you are going to give a predicate, it's going to filter the table based on the predicate. Now I want to know what are all the status codes where my record is having 404. So I'm just going to do a status code here, and these are all the different functions that I can use with my status code in the where clause. So in this case, let's say that I want to see only those records where my status code is 404. I can just use a double equal to and do a 404. So this is going to filter my table to return only those records where the status code is 404. You can also use this with a single quote as well as with a double quote. It's going to be working completely fine. There is not going to be any difference that you will notice with a single quote or a double quote, or without even mentioning of any quotes. Since it's a number, it's going to work fine completely. So now that I have all the records where the status code is 404, now I have 12 records. I want to see where the authentication type is not trusted access. So I can do this with two different ways. One is I can just add an and condition and say where the authentication type is not equal to trusted access. This is one way to do this. On the other hand, I can also just add this as a separate where clause. Same, I have a pipe here and then do a where, and this is going to work similar to how it has worked with the and clause. So here every step adds to the previous step. So at this stage it is going to return the full table. This is going to return only 12 records, and this is going to return only one record. So now that we have seen this, I want to show you different other methods that are present. So if you see that there is a contains, ends with, then has all, has any. So all these have a different purpose to serve in. So equal to, not equal to, and then not contains, not ends with, not has. So everywhere you're going to use a exclamation mark, and the method is going to basically say not. So there are few other unique methods that are present in the where clause. So one is dot. I would like to show how a dot works, but before that let's see how the contains work. I'm going to say contains 2. So it's going to return me all the records where the status code is going to contain 2. It could be 200 or anything. Now I want to show you one more example here. So how do I filter on the time generated? So I can just say where time generated, let's say greater than, I want to see only those records that are on or before 20th. So I'm going to use greater than equal to, and I can use a date time function here. So I can use a date time function and just specify the date in the format of YYYY, MM and DD. So in this case 2025, 06 and 20. So this is going to return me all the records that have been generated on or after 20th June. So the next step is I want to show you the dot operator. For this, I'm already creating a sample table. So in this table, if you see, I'm having 3 columns. One is category, second one is JSON array, and the third one is timestamp. So with this dot operator, I can extract the data that's present inside the JSON array. I'm going to go down, add a pipe operator, and I'll type on JSON. I'll add a where here and then JSON array. Now I can just click on dot. So this dot is going to allow me to access the data that's present inside the JSON array column. In this case, let's say I want to return only those records where my first element is red. So I'm going to use 0 because the index starts with 0. I'm going to use 0 equal to, I'll specify red. So my expectation is I should be return only with the colors row. So as you see, it is returning only the colors row. And here you can use double slash to comment the content. Similarly, I can play with this with in any way. Let's say that I want to return only those record where the first element is bike. I can just change this into 1, and this is going to return me the record where the first element is bike. Let's say I want to return two records, one where the first element is bike and the other where the zeroth element is red. So I can just use OR condition here. JSON array dot 0 equal to red. So this is going to return me both the records. This is not similar to using OR condition because, as I said earlier, it is going to be processed step by step. So here it is going to have all three records. Here it is going to have only the bike information. Now if we are going to add a separate condition here, this condition is not going to be true, and hence it's not going to return any record. And this usage is similar to using an AND operator. That's all in this video of using where clause in KQL. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more similar videos.